As I entered my 20s, something incredible happened to me while I was out exploring in the Wild West. It was scorching hot, about 115 degrees Fahrenheit in Arizona, and my friend and I were looking for a cool spot to relax. We stumbled upon an irrigation ditch, a place where people went to escape the heat. There were a bunch of other people there too, all looking for some relief from the sun. We decided to join them and have a bit of an adventure. We grabbed some inner tubes and started floating down the ditch. It was supposed to be fun, just a leisurely ride. But things took a scary turn during my third trip down the ditch. I lost control of my inner tube and ended up underwater. I was spinning around and couldn't tell which way was up. It was terrifying because I never opened my eyes underwater, and I felt completely disoriented. It was like I was stuck in a powerful current, unable to escape. It felt like forever, holding my breath till I couldn't anymore, thinking I might die. Then suddenly, I wasn't in my body. I was in a whole different place. It was dark, but somehow I could still see. I didn't have a body, but all my thoughts and feelings were still there. It was weirdly calm, not scary at all. Looking around, it seemed like a small dark room, about 12 x 15 feet, all soft and velvety. Up in the corner, there was a tiny speck of light. I felt drawn to it, like it was something really important. As I got closer, I just knew deep down that it was God, the big power behind everything. It was like being with the creator of everything, like I was a kid and God was my dad. I couldn't wait to get there, to go home. Zooming toward the light, it turned into this huge ball of bright energy and light. I crashed right into it, becoming one with this amazing ball of love and light. It felt like the most incredible love, happiness, and joy you can imagine. The memory of it still gives me chills and makes me feel amazing. It was way beyond anything you can imagine on Earth. I felt so full of it, like there was no room for more. But then we started to separate a bit. It felt like God was my dad, and I had so many questions. And every question I had got answered without me even saying a word. God said, "Let's look at your life." I thought, oh, this is serious. Suddenly, there was a TV screen, and God was in charge of the remote. My life started playing, and I was really in it, seeing it from all angles. We stopped at the important parts, and I had to think about what I learned. I felt like the worst person, but God asked, "What did you learn?" We talked a lot, and it took some time to figure it all out. Even though my life review was short, just 20 years, it made me a nicer person. I asked, "What now?" God said, "You have to go back. It's not your time." I didn't want to leave, but then God showed me my family and how sad they'd be if I didn't go back. I couldn't do that to them. I yelled, "No." God said, "Okay." I asked, "What should I do?" God said, "You'll help me by being kind to people." I wished I had a guidebook or something. For years, I was confused about how to show love to people. Did I have to hug everyone or become a famous writer? It felt like a big deal. But then I realized it's the little things, like being nice and listening to people. It's easy and it makes you feel good. Just before I left, I had a simple request. I spoke to God, asking, "Can we go back together, like when I first arrived?" God agreed, and we blended back into the massive ball of loving light energy. The boundless, unconditional love was amazing. Suddenly, I found myself back in my body, doing somersaults underwater. Luckily, I heard God's voice saying, "Keep holding your breath a little longer." Someone from the shore pulled me out, and I surfaced coughing. I couldn't remember the experience at first. I stayed away from the water, excited to go back home and tell my parents how much I loved and valued them. When they asked, "Where's our daughter?" I resumed life as a more caring person. I stumbled upon the International Association for Near-Death Studies and attended retreats with other near-death experiencers. Overall, it was a beautiful, fulfilling journey, and I'm glad to share it with you.